The Centre for Fiscal Transparency and Integrity Watch says it has discovered that corruption in the public sector in Nigeria is rife because of the lack of access to information on government income and expenditure. The executive director of the Centre, Umar Yakubu, revealed to newsmen in Abuja, saying that about 90% of public sector corruption in the country can be linked to Nigeria's opaque procurement process. Yakubu tasked the public to hold government accountable if it wants an end to corruption.
Part of the things we decided to conceptualize in the center is to develop a mechanism that is data-driven to see how we can make governments more open. And what we now did was to draw from international commitments that Nigeria has made to the international committee, now but related to fiscal transparency, integrity of mechanisms, public sector issues, open governance principles, and we now drew what we call variables. These variables are 31 in number, and they are bordered around 5 thematic areas. One is access to information, meaning even Nigerians have access to this information they need. That is the first one. The second one we have is the budget and auditing. Finances, the public expenditure framework of government, what are governments reporting it as they ought to. The third one is their procurement, because research has shown that 90% of public sector corruption is through procurement. Yes, there's a lot of corruption in nepotism or tribalism and other issues, but when it comes to finance, it's usually through procurement. Nigeria itself, the government said they will publish a description of all factual reports, inspection reports, studies, information related to expenditure. If you look at the third point there, publish information related to expenditure, that is budget. That is not really happening as it should. So as we do this under freedom of information, we have the Executive Order 2017, where part 1 of the order says that MDAs should publish, amongst other things, permits and licenses. Basically are things related to procurement. Who got this contract? Who was it awarded? Has it been completed? All this information is supposed to be published, and that's why we expect the media to take a deeper dive on these issues to check whether these things are being done. Then the third one, under the Fiscal Responsibility Act, the important component there is that government should ensure full and timely disclosure. Full and timely disclosure and wide publication of all transactions. So you can see the media has a lot of work to do, because if we're supposed to ensure that every government agency makes this wide disclosure involving public revenues and expenditure and their implications on the finances. In fact, this area is enough work to prevent public sector corruption.
You know, corruption thrives in an environment of lack of information. And so those who carry out corruption don't want to give out information. They want everything to be shrouded in secrecy. And all this leads to impunity. We know all these things. And these are delay tactics. It happens when there is a reluctance in giving out the information. But every law requires the government, even the Freedom of Information Act, to give out the information within a reasonable time. The reasonableness of the time frame is always captured. And so when they begin to play all this hide and seek, it is also there. And if the media or the organization that has requested the information should take action, by going out and saying, we requested this and this is not being given to us, the Nigerians will know. And it is the pressure from the public that actually, controls and restricts the extravagancies of our leaders. And so Nigerians should sit up and become active citizens.